Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome back to my channel where we focus on using ordinary materials to make beautiful things. I am in the studio today working on my large mixed media piece, and I have gone back to my drawing because the next step is to start putting in some of the elements like the house, which is a large element but goes behind the tree. Oops, trying to get some of that reflection off of there. So you might remember we have the background done and the frame and all of that. So I was looking at my drawing, and in my drawing, the house is a very large element. It's almost half the size of the drawing across, and well over half going up, probably 3/4 vertically. So I kind of laid out some rulers here on my canvas so that we could see kind of where that might be. So I have placed the rulers approximately where I think the house will go. So the house is going to be about 26 inches wide and about 23 inches high. So that's pretty large, but that will take us from, oops, trying to get this where I can hold it and do this at the same time. So that's from this corner to this corner is going to be about 26 inches. And then from here to here will be about 23. I do want to leave a little bit of room in the front so that I can do a path and there can be a bush here. But I'll have plenty of room, I think, for the windows. My roof is not as tall. Much of it is a square block, and I want some space on the roof, but I want windows on the block to put some things in, like maybe some cats or people or something in the windows. I was thinking about the curtains, and I'm not really sure about those, but I'm definitely, I think, going to put some people or cats or other animals or plants or something in the windows, but I'm not sure it's going to be curtains. So the first thing I need to do is make a paper pattern, I think, of the pieces, because I am going to cut that out of fabric and try to put it on a fabric back and put some batting between it and maybe do a little bit of quilting on it, not much, just maybe around the windows. Oh, hello, there's one of my cats who has decided to join us. Hello, kid. Crafting with cats. So I am going to turn off the camera right now and see if I can make that paper pattern, and I will be back to show you the pattern and maybe some of the fabric that I will be using. See you in a few. Okay, I'm back, and I have a paper pattern that I have made. You can see I had to piece it together because I didn't have any paper large enough to make the pattern. And I'm thinking that it's a little big, even though it kind of matches the measurements I had intended. Once I saw it on there, I think it's a little much. So my thought is, if I piece together the parts of the house, but I don't add a seam allowance, that should take it down just a little bit and make it fit a little better. So that is my plan. And I have not chosen any fabric yet, so I'm going to choose some fabric and I'll cut out the pieces and I will be back. Okay, I'm back to show you my progress on the house. I have cut apart my template, found some fabrics, and pieced together the basic structure. I still need to put batting behind it, put a backing on it, and stitch around all the elements to give it some dimension. I had actually intended to use some variations of black and white fabric prints, and then I found some of these fabrics that had some meaning to my family, and I decided to use those. That blue paisley on the front was a shirt that belonged to my husband. The kind of ink blotted tie-dyed look of the doors and the chimney is a remnant I found of the cotton that I used to make our first masks at the beginning of the pandemic when we were all making our own masks. So I used some of that. The denim back there is from a pair of jeans that I had for a long time. And then the black with the gold of the windows and, yeah, I guess it's just all the windows, is fabric that I used with my mom to create a photo album for my grandmother on her 90th birthday. That was the cover. That was the fabric we used, and I just have a little bit of that left. So I knew that just had to be incorporated somehow. Also, I had intended to figure out how to maybe put some cats in the windows, but because that fabric is dark and I really wanted to use it somehow, I've decided to not put any pets in the windows, and I will find some place to incorporate them in front, maybe under the flowers or by the tree or the bushes or in front of the house. I'm not sure yet where they'll go, but they will go somewhere. So this is the progress I have so far. So as I said, the next step will be to put some batting under it, put a back on it, and then stitch around everything to give it dimension. And then I'll be ready to attach it to the canvas. So I will see you once I have the batting and everything on there and the stitching done. And you can get an update then. See you soon. Okay, I'm back. It's actually been a day or two. Life kind of got in the way and I didn't finish this quite as quickly as I had hoped. This is the house with the fabric that I showed you. I'd kind of done the cutouts and laid things out. It's now all sewn together. I'll show, in the interest of showing my work, you can see I've stitched it all down. I just backed it with some cotton sheeting. I just happened to have some in black. And so all that's left now is to glue it down to the canvas, and then I can maybe start on the tree next. I think I'm going to wait for the shrub until after I do the tree. So I'm going to glue it down. I'll just apply some fabric glue to the back, and then I'll weight it down with some books to make sure I get even pressure and good contact all the way across. So that's going to be the end of this episode. Oh wait, no it's not. I forgot something. Hang on. Oh, crafting with cats. I forgot. I found a couple of buttons for the door handle. So these are carved jade buttons. Actually, they're beads. They're not really buttons. That came from an old necklace I had. So I will be sewing those on before I glue it all down. But that should do it. I thought they would be really good door handles. And I'm still planning on putting some round buttons for a walkway. Okay, that should do it for today. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode update of my mixed media art project for my house. And I will, see you again soon with more of this, I hope. In the meantime, remember, use what you have to make your life more beautiful. Bye.